Great morning, holy brothers! Thank you so much for joining us on our pathway to peace in the Garden of Peace. Following along inside, we're on page 222, and today's lesson is called Incredulous, Impatience. Last time we were talking about negative character traits that destroy the domestic, pure peace in the home. Maybe he has a quick temper, he has a little fuse, or let's say he's really lazy and stingy or ungrateful, right? Now, when he's away from his wife, or he's put into the corner or out in the doghouse, he has time to work on himself and correct these traits. How many times do people go through life and think there's nothing wrong with them? What are you talking about? I'm amazing. I do these great things. I give money to all the best charitable causes, And a home, boom, blows up in his life. If he has a serious problem, like an addiction to drugs, to alcohol, to gambling, right? Or let's say he's violent. He gets really physically aggressive. Now he has time he needs to seek help, try to uproot these problems, see what can I do to be better, to get rid of those things because they're not me. The soul inside a person is pure. They're portions of God. So somebody who does things bad, what they're doing is they're sullying the soul. They're adding dirt and grime and filth, layers upon layers onto their heart, onto their soul. So that what appears to be happening to them, what they appear to be doing to everybody else, is not their soul inside. This is the evil inclination. These are the Yetzer Haras. These are the draws, the physical desires that are dominating him. And he thinks he wants them. It's not him. You're pure. You're amazing inside. You're gold. It can be tarnished and you can have silver that has all the schmutz and garbage on it. But when you polish it, you see what's going on deep down inside. That's amazing. There's such spirituality. It's awesomeness. So everybody has that inside them. Sometimes we have to do things to break all the bad stuff off, to break it down. In Mitzrayim, they got down to the 49th level of Tumah. They were just about to be lost. And we know there's different levels. So God created the world with 10 ma'amaros, 10 creations, 10 sayings, that every word from God that he said was turned into a physical reality. He said all the words crystallized into form. The 10 expressions of creation, right? So what happened in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, was that every single one of those layers, they dirtied, they put impurity to. They made a mess out of everything. So they were the worst people in there. The Meitzer Yam is Mitzrayim, the constriction of the 50 levels of purity. That's why those 10 expressions of creation, God had to completely undo and bash what they made dirty. So it was like a shell that they had to get down to the core, and every layer he had to smash and smash and smash till he got down to the purity again. That's why they had 10 makos. Every one of the plagues was corresponding to one of the levels of expression of creation that God made that they messed up. The first creation was God said, right? Anochi Hashem, I am God. Know that there's a God. The oneness, the first of everything. What was the last of the plagues? If we go backwards, what the last of the plagues was? Death of the firstborn. This is what brings the life into the world, the new family line. The one after that was darkness, because the other way around was God said, let there be light. They took everything God made and made it improper. So every one of those plagues, God could have wiped them out in one plague. Why did he do 10 plagues? Because he had to fix every single thing that they messed up in Egypt. So everything has a corresponding way, and everything has to get down to deep, pure essence in life. With Emunah, the evicted husband is undaunted. He sees the current predicament that he's in as a golden opportunity to improve his life and the life of his family. He uses this time the best way that he can, and he prays to Hashem hours on end that he should help him rectify whatever needs this rectification. See this as an opportunity. Everything that happens in life, how is this here to benefit me? What is God trying to tell me right now? What message is he sending me? Don't miss it, because you don't want it to be brought in a harsher way. When Hashem sees that he's doing his part, his wife will absolutely do too. And that will give her hope. She will reflect his goodness. She will reflect his tshuva. What he's doing sincerely will be shown in his other half of himself, because they're a unit. The evicted husband will not have to make any effort to return home. He doesn't have to bother saying, oh, look how long it's been. When are you just going to be nice to me? When are you going to let me back in the house? Try to persuade her to switch her mind. That's not your job. God did this to you. God does everything to you and for you. So what are you going to try to sneak around God's back and try to knock on her door to help mess with her mind and change her opinion? Totally missing the boat. The wife herself will chase after him to return back to the house. When he does eventually return home and continues to devote serious effort to his self-improvement, their relationship will be infinitely better. He'll see that the tragedy that he thought, all the problems, were amazing, glorious, genuine gifts from God and an opportunity to make a brand new start. Thank you, Hashem, for all these seemingly problems so that I have new opportunities to be able to do good, come close to you, improve my character traits, and be amazing. Golden opportunities, right? At the right time. It is very important that the husband not be impatient to try to return home too soon and quickly. But that's just everything in life. God has a plan, God has a way, He has a reason and a timeline for everything. And it's only for you. What are you going to try to rush? The light's about to turn red and there's 5 people in front of you. So you're going to go into oncoming traffic to try to skip those cars and get ahead? Who do you think put those cars there? Why do you think there's oncoming traffic? For somebody to try to swerve and get hit, God willing, and have a crazy accident? Oh, because they think they're trying to skip the line? Who put the line there? Who put the mountain there? There's reasons for everything. Maybe you weren't meant to get there 5 minutes early. Maybe you're supposed to get there late. God's trying to save you and give you whatever it might be. Maybe you have a job interview and you're supposed to be at 6 o'clock and there's traffic and now you're not even going to get there till 6:30. Now you're mad. Now you're angry at every car in there. Now you're angry at God. Why do you do this to me to miss this interview? Maybe God has an interview for you in the next week. You're going to make double the amount of money and you're chasing after this silly income. God's like, I have gold for you. What are you looking at Pebbles and Rocks for? I'm lining this up for you. The stars are aligning. I'm setting you an amazing path. And you're veering off of it. This guy thinks that he's chasing. But what is he doing? He's missing the mark. And God's sad for him. Like, what are you doing? I'm setting it up perfectly. And you're missing the mark. Believe and know that God will know when it's time for him to return. He will send him the easiest signs and signals, the brightest lights. In the meanwhile, continue to make the most of your opportunities always. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make the most of it. In that way, he does return home, and it will be with the wife's wholehearted agreement and love. When you're at work and there are people that are not religious, maybe you're there to help inspire them. Maybe you're put in a position, not just for your money, because God will bring you money no matter where you are, no matter what you're working on. God controls income. We say at the beginning of the year, all your money's set, right? So what are people going crazy for? Thank you, God, for the opportunities. I know everything you bring me that comes my way is from you. Thank you. I know you're going to take care of me. And if you really want, you say the chapter of the manna every day, and they're guaranteed never to have any stress about it. You say that every day, Gemara Yerushalmi, they talk about, the Levush says, you say in the midbar, in the desert, that they had the manna fall down from heaven. They had no food. They had no natural water. They're going to die. They're going to starve every day. And he said, don't you dare take more than one portion and save it for the next day, because it'll spoil and everybody else will know that what you tried to do. Trying to stock up on the miracle food. God said he's going to provide for you. What are you worried about? But people, in their own minds, think that they have to take control of their lives. They think, no, I have to put more for away. I have nothing in the cupboard. My refrigerator is empty. What are we going to eat tomorrow? God says, don't worry about it. Who took you out of Egypt? Who's making the manna fall from heaven? I will take care of you every single day. That's your test. Just look what I'm doing for you and know what I'm going to do for you in the future. The same thing applies nowadays. God will take care of you. Don't worry about trying to hoard everything. Don't try to run after things which are not meant for you. God will take care of you. And if you say that every day and you talk about the chapter of manna, it's going to be in your mind, and that's going to make your whole outlook on life different. It's going to transform your identity. Even if he thinks that he needs to be at home to deal with certain urgent problems, such as debt, such as payments, such as bills, and he mustn't return home for those purposes. You're pushed away. Don't force an issue that's going to be catastrophic in the long run. He should deal with them forever. He should deal with them, from wherever he is. Debts and other pressures. He places a strain even on the best of relationships. You know, they say never to go into business with your best friends, because it turns them into your worst enemies. Your best friends, if you're too close to them all the time, and especially when it comes to money, because people end up wanting money, and they have a desire for it, and then they're going to start wanting it for themselves more than their partners, is very problematic. Big trouble, especially with family members. Hashem evicted him because he knew that the husband could only effectively deal with those problems outside the home. Quiet, nice, easy environment, without all these pressures, without all these problems. He needs to accept it lovingly because it was brought to you by God. That's it. Who knows better? Who knows better? I am guilty. Hadasi. Often it seems that there are at least partially to blame other people in such situations. Maybe it's not all my fault. Yeah, I know that God has a message for me and He's trying to teach me something and I need to improve my character traits. But what about everybody else? Don't they have free will? What does that have to do with my life? His in-laws maybe slandered him to his wife. They talk bad about him. And if she hears this all day, yeah, she's going to get that in her mindset. It's going to skew what she's thinking. It's because of them why she doesn't like me. Encouraged her to throw him out and supported her the whole process. They think that, yeah, you're doing great. Yeah, he shouldn't be in your life. His wife's divorced friends did the same thing. Look how much happier we are that we got rid of the man in life who was causing us trouble. It often seems that the whole community, everyone around him is plotting against him, besides becoming neurotic and all that stuff. But let's say they even did all that stuff. And they literally overheard conversations. You saw text messages. You read emails. No matter what, a person with emunah, with real faith, foundationally, does not blame anyone for his problems with his wife. Right? Had his wife been happy, she wouldn't have told her problems to anybody else. Why do you think she's talking to her parents bad about you? Why do you think she's complaining to all her girlfriends? Where is it stemming from? Yeah, now that she did that, they're on her side. But where did it come from in the first place? A happy wife is one who knows that she can turn to her husband for everything and who is confident that she'll get his full support. If your wife's trying to talk to you and you're not listening, or if you're phone out, you're playing games, no, honey, I'm really listening, yeah, while your face is glued to the screen, do you think that she's going to feel support from you? Do you think she's going to feel that you have her full attention? No. And then guess what? She's going to turn elsewhere. My husband, who I love, who's supposed to be my best friend in life, is not helping me. What am I supposed to do? Of course she's going to run to her parents. Of course she's going to run to her best friend. We're supposed to be there to be her rock. Whatever she needs, we're here. Hello. Where's the zerezus? Where's the alacrity? Where's the zealousness that we talked about to run to do everything? But now when it comes to her talking, you can't just listen with an open ear? Such a wife is not interested in other people's advice. Her husband is her father, her mother, her best friend, all rolled into one. This is her partner in life. This is her other half, her other soul, other half of the soul. She knows that he's always there by her side, ready to listen to her, to understand her, to support her. When a wife feels that her husband is her best friend in the world, nothing and no one can ever separate them. It's glue, crazy glue, holding them together. But when a husband behaves like a state's attorney, whenever his wife is telling him anything, he interrogates her, he points out all her faults, he says, no, that doesn't make sense, it makes her feel guilty about it. She's trying to tell him a story, and he's saying, but you're an idiot for doing that. She was wrong. What was she thinking? She's telling me the story, and I'm trying to explain to her why she was wrong about it. You think she wants to hear that? Why is she talking to you right now? She wants support. She wants to feel validated, not undermined, not told that she's silly. It doesn't matter. It doesn't take much to convince her that she'd be happier without him. Careful of the words that we say to her. When a wife needs to pour out her soul to her friends, it's a sign that she doesn't feel comfortable telling her husband everything. When she needs her parents' support, it's a sign that she doesn't feel sufficiently supported by her husband. When she needs to spend hour upon hour on the telephone, yapping all day, it's a sign she doesn't have her husband having a listening ear at home. Why is she looking to go everywhere else? Just hear what she has to say, support her, love her, give her that confidence she needs in life so she doesn't feel empty, so she doesn't feel hurt. When you give her goodness, you're going to get greatness in return. This is what Hashem is telling you. This is your purpose in life. You're supposed to be there for her, and your greatness will be reflected by her. You'll have a peaceful home, pristine, amazingly. But be there for her. Do for her. Love her. No matter what she's going through, no matter what she's saying, and even how she's saying it, if she's yelling at the top of her lungs. You be the calm one, be the good one, and you'll have amazingness in your whole family, in your life, and everything around you. And then you'll have pristine, perfect peace. Comes down to that. Have an awesome, amazing rest of your day.